Indian refiners are in a tricky situation as they navigate the impact of U.S. sanctions on Russian oil companies. The recent sanctions have sent shockwaves through the industry, forcing Indian state refiners to re-evaluate their supply chains. Let's dive into the details. Indian state-owned refiners, including Indian Oil Corp, Bharat Petroleum Corp, and others, are scrutinizing their trade documents to ensure they are not directly sourcing oil from Rosneft and Lukoil, two major Russian oil producers targeted by the U.S. sanctions. This move comes after U.S. President Donald Trump imposed Ukraine-related sanctions on these companies, expressing growing frustration with Russian President Vladimir Putin over the ongoing war. The U.S. Treasury has given companies until November 21 to wind down transactions with Rosneft and Lukoil. Indian refiners are now reviewing bill of lading documents for Russian crude arriving after this date to ensure compliance. It's a delicate balance, as Indian refiners typically purchase Russian oil through intermediaries, making direct sourcing from Rosneft and Lukoil rare. However, with Western nations suspending their purchases of Russian oil, India has become the top importer of discounted Russian seaborne oil, importing approximately 1.7 million barrels per day from January to September. But here's where it gets controversial. While Indian state refiners are reviewing their contracts, private refiners like Reliance Industries and Nayara Energy have been taking the majority of Russian oil imports. This raises questions about the impact of sanctions on different sectors within India's energy industry. And this is the part most people miss: the sanctions are not just about oil, they are a response to the war in Ukraine and the diplomatic efforts to mitigate its impact. So, what do you think? Are these sanctions an effective way to exert pressure on Russia? Or do they risk causing unintended consequences for global energy markets? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective on this complex issue.